The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is the Eagles Sports Network. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman's new slot backs coach, Mike Patrick. Weird to say slot backs at Carson-Newman. And Mike, we say that to a degree because of who you are. The name Mike Patrick might ring a slight bell to Carson-Newman fans. Hopefully it will soon be in a positive connotation. Yes. Former Lenore Ryan slot back. If I were to pick two slot backs for the Bears from those teams running the flex bone, or the bare bone as it was in the early 2010s, Gerard Spears is one name. Mm-hmm. Mike Patrick would probably be the other. How weird is this for you, in a good way?
I would just say, Carson-Newman was always a great opponent when I was at Lenore Ryan. Most of the time, we had to beat Carson-Newman in order to win the conference. So now we just trying to, flip that.
Familiarity in that regard. You're familiar with what Carson-Newman stands for as a result of that. Familiarity as well because you join a teammate on this staff. How nice is it to come into a building, one, with Ashley Ingram, but two, a guy that blocked for you to run a lot of yards, Joe Ray.
Yeah. So Joe Ray was by far our best player that we had. You'll never hear him say it, but trust me, he was really, really good. And this, a lot of pictures that we actually took and a lot of pictures that I actually have from playing football at Lenore Ryan, me and Joe Ray are in the same shot because he was doing a lot of the blocking for me. So it's just, it's surreal, to be back in there and kind of be in the same type of role where it's like me and Joe Ray, we just trying to get this thing going. And then Coach Ingram, I can't really say enough about Coach Ingram, to be honest. I met him when I was 17 years old. He recruited me out of high school to go to Navy. And then even when I left Navy, he was one of the ones who helped me get to Lenore Ryan. So, like I said, I can't say enough about Coach Ingram, and, hopefully I'll do a great job here and make his job a little less hard.
How much of a no-brainer was it for you to join him, to join a school where football is important, and to join a staff where I'm presuming, I would say a close friend is already here?
As soon as Coach Ingram called me, I knew I was coming. I said in the meeting yesterday, I had kind of given up on college football a little bit. I kind of thought that I was just going to be a high school coach and I was going to take that route. It wasn't many coaches that could have called me and I was going to come coach college football, because if you know anything about college football, it's very hectic of a schedule, and stuff like that. But, Coach Ingram, I just really believe in him, and he's a great guy. He's helped me in ways he probably couldn't even imagine. I think he really changed the trajectory of my life, to be honest with you.
During your era of football in the South Atlantic Conference, mention your name, mention Gerard Spears, Andy Hibbett, Tyron Douglas, Brandon Baker. Those are five pretty good running backs, we'll go for it, who were competing for all conference spots at that time. You know what it takes to be successful in the South Atlantic Conference from a skill set perspective. How do you coach that?
The biggest thing, even when I was a player, I was able to rack up stats and stuff like that. But to be honest, I just tried to do my job. Whatever that was, if it was blocking for Gerard or running behind Gerard's block, I was just trying to do my job, even if it was throwing a touchdown. Whatever the coaches asked me to do, I just try to do it to the best of my ability. And I just live with the results, to be honest, and making all conference and stuff like that, it was all good. But if we wasn't winning as a team, it really meant nothing to me. So,
what do you want the hallmark of the running back room, the slot back room here at Carson-Newman to be?
I just wanted to be selfless. Like I said, you do a lot of blocking for each other. And I know that, a lot of kids come here and you used to getting the ball 20, 30 times a game, and sometimes in this offense, you're going to be doing a lot of blocking. But the thing is that the man on the left or on the right side of you either going to be blocking for him too, and he's going to, you'll be blocking for him and he'll be blocking for you. And you just got to have that good relationship. And me and Gerard, It's kind of funny because me and Gerard, we had that relationship, and I promise you, most of the time, like when I got the ball, like it was whatever. But like when it was time for me to block for Gerard, and I missed that block, it hurt me more than anything else because I knew that when it was time for me to run the ball, that Gerard was gonna block for me as hard as he could. So it was just a scratch your back, type of deal.
You bring that up. I think there is a degree of spectacularness to a triple option offense. Yeah, you might get punched in the mouth 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards. Bam, 65 yards, 70 yards, 75 yards. The frequency with which you can dial up a lengthy run has to be something that's gratifying to coach, especially when it clicks.
Oh, for sure. I would say that, the offense is poetry in motion. You know what I mean? Like, when I got recruited out of high school, I was an I formation running back, and I wasn't the most thrilled to come play in a triple option. But after a while, I started to figure it out and started to figure out how it worked and how much of a team you had to be in order to run that offense. And once I realized that, it really kind of empowered me to be more vocal and like more of a captain, of teams and stuff like that, because I really understood how all of the pieces work together. And I mean, it doesn't matter what system you run. Like, football is the ultimate team game. So if you're not about the team, I mean, it really does nothing, if you don't have that mindset. So it's just all about the team, the team, the team.
Mike Patrick, that's a good note to close on. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
Carson-Newman's new slot backs coach, Mike Patrick. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, and this is the Eagle Sports Network.